This video isn't like the junk that floods your YouTube feed, those preachy clips that tell you to be disciplined, do your homework every day, or study in the morning. Those are made by wannabes who've never hit rock bottom or fought their way to the top. This is different. I'm Peter, and I'm telling you the raw truth about how I went from a nobody who didn't make it to the top to a high-achieving beast who crushes exams and leaves the competition drowning in the dust. I've been where you are, failing exams, drowning in self-doubt, and I've crawled my way to the throne. This isn't a motivational speech, it's a blueprint to obliterate your academic struggles and rival legends like Ayano Koji Kiyotaka from Classroom of the Elite. Ayano Koji has untouchable grades, razor-sharp focus, and a vibe that screams elite. This video won't turn you into him, but it will make his grades look like a breeze. I've broken this project down into 5 parts to make you a better student than you are now. Close the tabs, ditch the lo-fi beats, and focus. These parts are your ticket to the top, and the 4th part. It was the game changer that turned my life upside down. Let's dive into the chaos and build your empire. Hack the system. Like a mastermind to dominate, think like a hacker. Not a coder, but a strategist who cracks the academic game. Exams are battlefields, and past exams are your war maps. Ayano Koji wouldn't fight blind, and neither should you. Hunt down exam papers from the last 3 years. Check your school, teachers, or the internet's shadier corners. Study them like a detective. You'll spot patterns. Questions repeat not exactly, but in concepts and traps. Teachers recycle the same playbook with a fresh coat of paint. Get surgical. Find the 20% of topics that make up 80% of the questions. Key: formulas in math, pivotal events in history, or core principles in science. Then target the questions most students botch. Those are your leverage points. Teachers love curveballs to weed out the weak. Anticipate them. Build a mental prototype of the exam before you step into the room. This isn't studying harder, it's studying smarter. Be quick like a praying mantis. Catch teacher hints when they repeat something, mark it VIP. Watch top students. How do they note-take? What do they ask? Steal their moves, improve them. Find hidden YouTube channels, those 1,000-view gems, that explain complex stuff simply. Bookmark them for an unfair edge. Hacking the system means predicting the future. That's how you win. Sharpen your brain. Like a blade, you've hacked the system, but a dull brain ruins everything. Most students study, then waste momentum on TikTok or Netflix. No wonder they forget it all. Your brain needs a jolt to lock in knowledge. Here are 3 ways to sharpen it. Pick one and watch retention soar. First, get an adrenaline hit. After studying, sprint for 5 minutes or do push-ups. The rush pumps oxygen to your brain, cementing what you learned. If that's too much, take a cold shower. It's brutal, but shocks your nervous system, boosts circulation, and spikes norepinephrine for focus and clarity. You'll feel alive. No energy drink needed. Second, use caffeine like a sniper. Most students chug coffee all day, dulling its power. Elites are precise. A small cup before studying primes focus, and a bigger one after locks in memories. Don't overdo it. Too much fries your nerves. Third, time your sessions. Morning's best for tough subjects when your brain's sharp. Night owls? Fine, but don't study past midnight. Your brain's mush. These hacks turn your mind into a weapon. A sharp brain doesn't just learn, it dominates. Master the art of chunking. Chunking is the secret sauce of top students, and it's how I started owning subjects I hated. Imagine memorizing 4839201746. Brutal. Now, chunk it. Chop 4839201746. Manageable. Chunking breaks massive info into bite-sized pieces your brain can handle. It's not just splitting, it's creating patterns. For World War I, start with causes, then battles, effects, and aftermath. Build a mental timeline. Ayano Koji visualizes. For history, he sees soldiers in trenches or treaties being signed. This turns facts into a mental movie, cutting stress and boosting recall. Another hack. Focus on the top 3. In a chapter with 20 facts, nail the 3 biggest first, then the next 3. This builds momentum. To make chunks stick, use active recall. Close your book, quiz yourself, and write. what you remember without peeking. Your brain connects the dots, turning chaos into clarity. Chunking's a mindset. It breaks impossible tasks into winnable fights. Less stress, more retention, and a brain like a supercomputer. That's how you own your studies. Unleash deep work's power. This is the piece that changed my life. Deep work is your superpower. Most students study like amateurs, distracted, checking phones, half in. That's why they're average. Deep work is locking yourself in a distraction-free zone, just you and your task, for intense focus. It's where legends are born. Here's the math. Progress equals intensity times hours. Joe studies at intensity 2 for 10 hours, scrolling Instagram. Rogan's at intensity 10 for 2 hours, laser-focused. Both hit 20 units of work, but Rogan's done in a fifth of the time with hours to spare. That's deep work's power. Isolate yourself. Find a quiet room, silence your phone, and go off-grid. Set a 50-minute timer, short enough to stay sharp, long enough to dive deep. Focus on one task. No multitasking. After, take a 10-minute break to stretch or hydrate. Do 2 or 3 sprints. It's about quality, not grinding all day. Ayana Koji makes every second count. So should you. Here's the truth. 20% of your efforts drive 80% of your results. Deep work finds that 20%. When I started, my grades didn't just improve, they soared. Yours will too. Reset like a pro. You've got the system, brain chunks, and deep work. But a fried brain ruins it all. Most students rest by doom scrolling or binge watching. That's not rest, it's sabotage. Resetting cools your mind and recharges your energy to keep pushing. Best reset, walk for 15 minutes. No phone, no AirPods, just you and the air. It clears fog and sparks solutions. Another trick, deep breathing. Take 27 slow breaths, holding each for 15 seconds, 2 or 3 times daily. It boosts focus by 30% and increases ATP for extra energy. Sleep is king. Prioritize quality over quantity. 5 hours of deep sleep beats 7 restless ones. Stick to a bedtime, avoid screens pre-bed, and keep your room dark and cool. If exams are near, try power naps, 30-minute naps every few hours. 4 naps equal 8 hours energy in half the time. Resetting is strategy, not laziness. A rested brain stays ahead. The world doesn't care about your excuses. The elite are pulling ahead and nobody's saving you. Resolutions are worthless without action. But you're here because you're hungry. These 5 pieces, hacking, sharpening, chunking, deep work, and resetting, are your system to crush exams and leave peers stunned. Start small. Hack 1 exam, try a cold shower, chunk a chapter, do a deep work sprint or walk. Each step builds you up. You don't need to be Ayana Koji. Be better than yesterday's you. I went from failing to topping my class, earning scholarships and tutoring others. If I can, you can. Make 2025 your year. Not by wishing, but by working. Re-watch this if you need fire. Share it with someone struggling. Comment on your first step. I'm rooting for you, but it's on you to rise, go dominate.